go.
Okay, so what happened?
I lost on a 50-50 question, man. It was came down to the last one and the true or false.
That was
so that's the
neck and neck.
50-50 tore this one from under me, but you know, as I say, I don't know what's waiting for me, but I felt like I played the best I could. You know, I went into the final with Gary and Jill. Jill had crushed the endurance comps this whole time.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, she's got this one, and I'll go up head to head with Gary and I'll beat him in the physical, and it's me and her and we'll walk out together, and that's how I had planned it. But you know, she dropped early in the endurance, and from there it was just she had to face Gary in the physical, and you can't, you know, he's 6'2", 200 pounds, it just wasn't fair.
On that, do you regret evicting Tala then? Because, you know, you could have thrown that competition to Jillian, taken the second one against Tala, you two would have been in the final.
Yeah, I thought about that, but you know, you can't really regret it because you're just going off from what you played in the game.
Yeah.
And from what I played in the game, Jill's been the threat. And we basically, you know, I wouldn't want to take Tala because there was a chance that she would take Jill over me, and the fact that Tala weighs 90 pounds. If this girl got in endurance where she had to hold her body weight, she would have beat Jill. It was just lucky that the endurance that we had, you know, didn't quite suit her. I mean, she stuck in there, like she could have held longer in Iceberg Alley. The only reason she dropped in the tree was because she made a deal with Jill.
Yep.
So I really didn't want to leave that up to risk and me have to go into 50-50 with Tala, because who knows, right? I didn't want a 50-50 at all, but I just had to set myself up for the best possible outcome that I could. And you know, tonight it just didn't go my way. But you know, that's why I can't really look back and have regrets, because there's nothing that I could have done, you know, looking back.
Well, do you have a sense yet of how things are going to change for you now? Because I'll tell you, I was on a reality show years ago, and there's life before and there's life after, and people love you. They're crazy about you.
I honestly, I don't really know how to take it, because I didn't really think I stood out in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that I was going to be loved. I was in there for the game. I wasn't really in there for what the fame and what comes after. If you notice, like, if I thought there was going to be a comp next day, I'd go to bed early. Well, they stayed up and drank and partied all night. And
but it's really positive. You don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all those DQs though?
That's just it's tough, because it just, you know, I guess if I can take anything from it, it just goes to show how bad I want to win.
Because you're not thinking about that stuff.
No, you're not thinking. You know, when they put you out here, your adrenaline is going so high. And me, I had a little more urgency to win than everyone else, because I knew if I didn't win, there's a good chance that someone would send me home. Because, you know, I was such a physical threat this whole game. So I had to go in every comp looking at, like, all right, Emmett, you know, you got to win to stay in. If you don't win to stay in, you know, you're gonna leave. There's a good chance you're gonna leave. So the first one was bee's knees, and like I say, I don't want anything I don't deserve. And you know, I sat down for that one. It's fine. You know, I get frustrated. Like Iceberg Alley, that's just, you know, you're sitting there. It's slipping the mind. You know what happens, and you really regret it. But you know, at the same time, you're in the comp, and it's a crazy feeling being in the Big Brother house, and you're on TV and you're trying to compete and stay.
I think it's just competitive.
It's just my competitive nature. And you know, when the one time that I did freak out was when I got DQ'd from that, and I just, you know, I sat down for bee's knees, and you know, so it is what it is, and you know, I don't want to say too much about it just because it's production stuff. But it just goes to show, you know, I'm trying to win every time I can, and as I say, I had to fight for my life in there.
Did Dane give you another bracelet?
Dane did give me another bracelet.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
That was pretty smart.
Pretty stocked up.
Yeah.
That was a good move.
Yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate that one. I had, as I say, I got to do everything I can to stay in there.
Thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Really good meeting you, man.
Thanks, guys.